Hey guys, Tatiana Ward here. So, if you're following my Instagram, then you see that I have been saying that I was going to come back to YouTube a lot more regularly. Now, we've had this talk before. It's not the first time that I've vanished and just said, oh, I'm going to come back more regularly. But it never really stuck. The reason being I wasn't really coming back for me, but more so just because you guys kept saying like, oh, you forgot about us. So I just really kind of, now that I'm ready to come back, I wanted to kind of address that. It's really upsetting, randomly, not a whole lot, but randomly I'll get comments like, oh, you forgot about your YouTube family and you forgot where you came from, and oh, you got too big, or you got too fancy, or you think you're something now that you have done celebrities. And for somebody to say, oh, you sat back and you really feel like you got famous and blah, 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 and you forgot about us, it's like, clearly you don't understand that had I been worried about fame, although I certainly don't consider myself famous, and I always think that's funny when people say that, but had I been in this for fame, number one, I would have had a ton of more followers, and I would have been putting out more videos. I kind of vanished and got known and threw myself into makeup artistry even more than I already was. Now, if I set out to be a YouTuber and I set out to be famous, then I would have been pumping out videos, and at this point I would have had over 1 million subscribers. Not only that, I wouldn't have had to do makeup anymore. I could have just sat and made videos, because that is far more lucrative than being a makeup artist. Makeup artistry is inconsistent. You guys, a lot of you have noticed that there was a time when I was doing a ton of celebrities and I was working, and then I pulled back from it and slowed down almost entirely. Being a YouTuber, by all accounts and purposes, once you get up there, you're getting paid for advertisements, you're getting paid to tell people about products, you're getting paid to make appearances, and if I was so worried about fame, then I would have never thrown myself into makeup artistry. So I started to do YouTube because I had a personal goal of becoming the best makeup artist that I could be. And I knew that YouTube would allow me to be in front of an audience. I also wanted to educate, and I saw myself teaching classes. But if I was worried about fame, YouTube is where it's at. If you look at my numbers, I think I have 200,000 subscribers. And like I said, I could have had way more by now. I could have made a hell of a lot more money just sitting home, making videos for you guys, getting paid endorsements than I did being out in the field and actually doing makeup. But again, that was my personal goal. I didn't set out to be a YouTuber, I set out to be a makeup artist. And when you look at the culture of YouTube, beauty gurus, you see people having, an elaborate setup in their home. Now, I ended up moving into a house, telling myself I was going to get back to YouTube just because you guys kept on me about it, and had a room with lighting dedicated to YouTube, but I was so busy that I couldn't even get to it. So when you look at these YouTubers and they have the whole setup and they have drawers full of makeup, I can't just set up my makeup. My makeup has to stay packed. So it's a little annoying to have to unpack my makeup every single time and then repack it, because I have a kit. I don't just have a room full of makeup in a nice organized situation. The makeup that I have is the makeup that I use to do clients. And especially at the height of my career, especially with Nicki Minaj, it was like go, 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 constantly. So not knowing if I would get a phone call right in a split second to go do makeup, it was just like, oh, I gotta unpack all this stuff, then I gotta repack this stuff, and then I gotta make sure my brushes are washed. And that being said, that was the case before I ever started doing celebrities. Before I started doing celebrities, I was doing strippers. So I still had to keep my kit packed up. I still had to be prepared to go to work and do other people's makeup. I still had to make sure that my best products were being reserved for the people who were paying me to do makeup. Also, I never had a side gig. Makeup has 100% paid my bills. So in the beginning, it was like the trend was to, and it still is, to get the new products. to get the new products, to review them, to use them. But financially, I didn't have a side gig. I didn't have a day job. 100% of my money was coming from makeup, and it was very little. Makeup artists make and can make a decent living, but again, it's an inconsistent job. You know, one day you're working with a client, the next day you're not. Working with strippers, charging them, I think I was charging $25 a face. I wasn't making a whole lot of money, so I wasn't making the kind of money that I could just go and buy product from Sephora or product from MAC that was just for the sake of reviewing for you guys. This is also why I love my story and my makeup journey, is because I had to learn to rely on the products that I had, and I had to really learn on making my skill and making my craft good. And so much of what I do has nothing to do, and I say this all the time when I'm teaching classes, it's got this much to do with the product that I'm using and this much to do with knowing how to use any product. So still to this day, that's always in the back of my mind. I don't just go shopping or spend money on makeup when I have everything that I need and I can get the results that I need. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being a beauty enthusiast or that there's anything wrong with having a side gig. Shit, get your money however you can. I'm not mad at that, but that's not what I wanted. And in terms of a personal goal, you got to do what makes you happy. And there came a time when YouTube was not making me happy. Nobody's pissed off at me for not going back to McDonald's, even though McDonald's was my first job and it was where I learned customer service. It was where I learned how to work with other people as a team, even if I didn't like that person in particular. So nobody's mad at me for not going back to my old job. But for some reason, people were mad at me because I wasn't coming back to YouTube and doing it regularly, forgetting or just completely ignoring the fact that I'm actually a working makeup artist, and I never set out to be YouTube famous. I never set out to be famous. I set out to be a makeup artist, and that was my personal goal, and that's what I worked really, really hard to be able to do, and I did that. And in the fall, when my book is released, you guys will learn a lot more about my journey in celebrity makeup artistry, why you saw me pull away from it, why it seemed as though I just kind of vanished altogether. I always, kept my presence on Instagram and Snapchat, but I went through a lot with celebrities, a lot with the business aspect of makeup, a lot with my personal life. I mean, there's so much stuff that nobody really knows. And call me, lazy or whatever, but I'm not good at doing two things at once. I really wanted to focus my energy in doing celebrity makeup. That is what I did. I came, I saw, I conquered. And now I feel like I can come back to YouTube. Number one, I have the free time. I am going to start touring again with classes, which eats up a lot of time too. And again, I have to pack up all of my makeup. Everything I have comes with me. But not having to worry about if I'm going to get a split-second call to be on a flight definitely takes a lot of pressure off my back. And I'm just ready, I'm ready to be a YouTuber now. I never considered myself a YouTuber. I was a makeup artist who was on YouTube. And now I'm ready to be a YouTuber and just bang out videos for you guys, Q&As, whatever you want to know. I have a space, I don't know if you noticed my new setup or whatever. But yeah, I'm prepared to think in terms of YouTube and doing what YouTubers do. And I'm still a little confused about how to go about it, because I do come from the standpoint of being a makeup artist. I use the same raggedy ass foundations all the time. I very seldom buy new product. I like what I like. The results that I have are what I have. People go on my page and they decide that they want me to do their makeup because they see the results that I have. Well, the results that I have are with the products that I have, and I'm not gonna try to reinvent the wheel. So when you guys ask me about products, I don't know a lot about a lot of stuff. I don't follow the trends. I don't watch YouTube. I just work with what I have, with what I know works. So I have been sitting down and I have been trying to watch YouTube. And I literally sat and watched Jaclyn Hill because it seems like everybody's obsessed with her. I had never seen her before. I'd heard her name 100 times. And I see why people like her. I like her personality. I like her talk through. You know, and there's a lot of people on YouTube that I don't understand how anybody, you know, like the voice is annoying, or like, what are you talking about? And it's a lot of repetition, but it's a culture that I very much was, I'd like to think, a pioneer in the beginning, especially being a black beauty vlogger. I kind of pioneered, but I walked so far away from it that I have to reconnect with it again. And I have to watch and see what people are doing. Again, I'm always going to be a makeup artist first. That was very, very important to me, is that people saw me as a makeup artist and not just a girl who put makeup on herself. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Like I said, these girls are getting coins. And if I was concerned about the money, not that I wasn't making a bag full myself with teaching and doing, you know, celebrities, I was definitely coming up. But it would have been easier for me to just sit here and record videos. Like, you tell me what's easier, keeping your bags packed or teaching, you know, sold out classes, or flights here, flights there, orchestrating hotels and all that jazz, or just sitting and turning your camera on. Trust me. And the payoff is a lot better and bigger too. I mean, these people have millions of followers. So I just hope that we can dead that whole, oh, she thinks she too good for YouTube. Like, can we dead that, please? Because gotta really think about that. Think about it. And if you guys only understood the money involved in it, like, I have absolutely accepted a coin to tell you guys about something that I didn't even ever use. I've done that, so I'm not even mad, but I don't feel good in my spirit about it. And I did it twice, and I was like, this ain't even me. Got an email 3 weeks ago, $4,500 to post 6 times about a product that had nothing to do with makeup and nothing to do with my brand. And let me tell you, I thought long and hard about that $4,500. 6 posts, that's all I would have had to do. But I know how I felt the last time that I did something like that, and I knew that I felt like I was lying to you guys, and I knew that it just didn't, it was a yucky feeling. The check was cute, but it was a yucky feeling. So the integrity of my channel, the integrity of what I introduced to you guys, I have to keep that intact at all times. Getting free product and making sponsored videos. I've also made sponsored videos and been paid to tell you guys about things that I actually use. There's no guilt involved in that. If you think about how much product we've shown you through the years and how little we get in return for it, you might get like a friggin' free palette. It doesn't add up. But once you start getting up there in numbers and people start coming with the free product and the check, you really start to think like, wait a minute now, that check would be cute and I don't even gotta leave the house. I don't even gotta leave the house. I mean, $4,500 for 6 posts, like, I would have to do quite a few flights for that, stay in quite a few hotels for that, deal with quite a lot of celebrity, crazy, psycho drama for that. Not all of them are psycho or drama, but you know what I mean. I'm keeping up all of my old videos because I want you guys to revisit all of those old videos and consider that when I was teaching you guys, you know, 6 years ago, what I was teaching you, I really was doing on clients, other women other than myself. The techniques have evolved. So go back and look at that. If you are in the beginning stages of trying to become a makeup artist or trying to, you know, figure out what to get in your kit or, you know, how to go about it. There's a lot of inexpensive tricks that I learned along the journey. There's a lot of things you wouldn't believe that I still use. Like, I hate to complicate makeup so much, and I feel like YouTube has complicated it so much, and I don't know how I'm gonna not be repetitive, but maybe the repetition is what you guys need to see me doing the same things and repeating the same things over and over again, because I'm not going to over complicate it the way that it seems the YouTube culture has. I'm going to be using the same products that are in my kit, the same products that bring me the results that you see when I do transformations. And of course, if something new catches my eye, I'm going to tell you guys about that too. But overall, I really think the message is you can't do anything wholeheartedly unless you really want to do it. And that was the problem in the past with YouTube. I didn't really want to do it. I wanted to give you guys what you wanted, but it wasn't what I wanted, so it wasn't consistent. And interestingly enough, I was in New York this past week doing Seven Streeters makeup. And lo and behold, I'm walking into the hotel, and who do I see standing there on the phone? Joanne the scammer. I love her so much. He was on the phone though, and I didn't want to seem like a stalker. Like, I feel like I could have met Beyonce and would have been equally as excited. Like, I might have been a little bit more excited about Joanne because I really feel like she's my spirit animal and we're connected in like a really deep cosmic way. But anyway, we had a talk after he got off the phone later in the night. I stalked him on Instagram and I was like, oh my God, please let me buy you a drink. Sweetest kid. Like, you would never, so strange. You would not believe that this kid dreamt up this character of Joanne the Scammer. I said to him that from the start of his emerging with this character, I was always proud of him for disappearing at times because it seemed like he wasn't eager. I'd watch other Instagram comedians and see that they were constantly pumping out videos. But from the start of his process, I guess, it seemed as though he would post a video and then vanish for like weeks and then come back with one video and then vanish. And it was like, that's smart. He's not oversaturating himself. And I mentioned that to him and he said, you know, I watched an interview with Madonna one time and she said, you have to be comfortable when people stop talking about you and virtually forget about you. Rebuild yourself, redirect your path so that when you re-emerge, it's like you're brand new. I will never forget that conversation with him. Of all the people in the world, I'll never forget that. And I think a lot of my hiatus from both celebrity makeup and YouTube, again, there was so much going on in my personal life as well. Not to mention, you know, the death of my brother and then the demise of my relationship and, you know, getting into makeup artistry on the celebrity level and realizing that it was way more than I thought it was going to be. And my book is going to touch on all of that. But I think a lot of it was just me going underground for a minute. But I was more so in search of being happy. So without my realizing it, I think that this is my reemerging. And I got a really cool friggin' background, and you guys better friggin' like it. Figuring out how to use my camera, and I'm a damn good makeup artist. So yeah, that's that. We're gonna be seeing a lot of each other. So please make sure that you're subscribed. You can use this video to post down below what it is that you guys want to see from me. I did ask Instagram yesterday what they wanted to see of me, and I got a lot of good suggestions. And I was surprised that a lot of your queries weren't even pertaining to actual like makeup technique, but like rants. I love rants. I'm excited to do more rants because it's like, again, I'm scared about the repetition of makeup and not bringing you guys the newest crap because I don't buy a lot of crap. Not that I won't. If there's like really something pressing that you guys keep asking about, okay, fine. But yeah, just talking about life stuff and you know, that jazz. Most importantly though, thank you guys. Thank you for just following to begin with. I think it's pretty extraordinary that for somebody who's legitimately probably put out 10 videos in over 4 years, I still have the following that I have. It's unbelievable to me. And I'd like to think it's a testament of my heart and my intention and who I am as a person, because it damn sure wasn't my backdrop. Ooh, also real quick, I'm starting to see that people have a schedule with uploading videos. Is it like once a week that they upload? Is it twice a week that they upload? You tell me what's the best day to upload videos. Like, is it an every Wednesday or every Tuesday kind of thing? I don't know, because again, I'm trying to watch more YouTube videos, but I really just don't know. So is it like a once a week thing or twice a week thing? Let me know in the comments below. And yes, thank you from the bottom of my heart for continuing to watch, and let's do this. Thanks guys. Bye.